Interviews are used in many different places, like in movies, documentaries, and research projects. But did you know that there are many types of interview? Today, we are gonna walk you through two types of interviews, streeters and formal sit-down, and how to make them look good. First thing is first. All interviews need 6 fundamental things to look great. Good background, good lighting, rule of thirds, the right eye contact, no background noise, and good questions.
Before you start your video, you should choose the subject that you're going to interview about. When choosing the people to interview, pick your goals and objectives that you want to get out of the interview. In this video, we're going to introduce the interview styles through the topic of AP World History and what people think about it. The first type of interview we're going to talk about is streeters. Streeters is a type of interview when you interview random people. You can use this method to create a basic idea of what normal people know or don't know about the subject or idea.
It's a lot of reading to do, but I think we can benefit from it largely. And I think
In this specific subject, students who don't take the course. In the interview, you should have a familiar background that represents something of the interviewee and not a simple white wall. You won't have professional lights with streeters, but you can use the natural light to help you. You must follow the rule of thirds, because if you don't, then you would have an displeasing and asymmetrical viewpoint. You don't want the interviewer to look directly at the camera because it gives an unprofessional feeling to it. It is important to be in a place with not so much background noise because it could interrupt when the interviewee is speaking or could overpower his or her voice. The last thing in streeters is to have questions that can't be answered with yes or no, and not so complicated so he or she can answer them. What motivated you to take it?
I think
The next type of interview is a formal sit-down. A formal sit-down is a professional-looking interview with a credible person. For example, in this subject, a teacher is very credible because he has the knowledge to talk from a wider perspective. When we talk about a formal sit-down, the 6 fundamental things don't change as much. They only have a much bigger effect. One of the backgrounds that you can use is a black background because it doesn't distract you from the interviewee. You need a main light directed on the interviewee and a reflector to take out the shade of his or her face. And also, if you want, you could have a backlight directed to the back of his or her head of the interviewee to have a better contrast with the background. Just like in streeters, you need to follow the rule of thirds, but you should try to tell them to try to maintain eye contact with the interviewer. Just make sure they are not looking directly at the camera. Last but not least are the questions. The questions should not be yes or no questions. They should be the types of questions that make the interviewee go into depth about the topic. What interests you the most in the subject?
Oh, that's a good question. What interests me the most about history?
If you follow these instructions, you will know how to make a great interview.